Hi, this is Gage with ConnectVolleyball. I'm going to walk through our evaluations tool. Obviously, we have tryout season coming up. The evaluations tool is included in our platform at no additional cost. You can use it for all ages, so youth, middle school, high school, etc. If I scroll down to the evaluations tab, you can come over here and quickly create a evaluation. You just need to put the name, date. If you have multiple evaluations, you will be able to consolidate those results. You can also have your current admins, a current sample here of metrics. So if you have different evaluation metrics you want to use for youth versus high school, you can make those customizations. If I come back to the top and just open evaluation real quick, what you'll see here is the list of players that you upload. We also have some integrations with registration systems, but I'll show you how it's very easy to upload the players participating. You come here, what you're going to say about the players here on the left-hand side, and you'll see the initials live while you're on the court of what your other coaches are saying. So if you have a coach like Dave Franklin, you'll see that he said that this player is a green level or A player while you're out there. So if you're on court 1, you can go over to court 3 and then start scouting Heather Peretta. If you want to click, kind of toggle 1, 2, or 3, or press and hold, you can lock down a player as a B level player, whatever you think, and you'll see how that populates on the right hand side, making it very easy to balance your rosters. So for example, if you have 4 players set at A, 2 players set at AB, and 2 players set at B, well, you know you need to move those AB players over to B. You'll notice here in the bottom right, this little cloud here just changing from green to yellow. That just means it's saving in the background every minute or two depending on your connection. That way it doesn't kill your data or your battery. If you press on the player's name, you'll be able to come over here and customize, toggle all these ratings. You can also add notes. You'll see a blue tab here if you put a note about the player, a gray tab if another coach on your staff puts a note. That way you can come down to the left-hand side and filter to see all the players you don't have notes on, in this case Max Bigataway, and see that information while you're still on the court to get that in there. If I click here, again you can customize the ratings, add notes quickly. If you want to change something like their position, jersey number, you can do that very quickly and see here an activity feed on the right-hand side of the changes made by the admins. You'll also notice that sometimes there's a lock icon, so directors, they can lock down a player's status. So in this case, the 2 directors agree that this is a red level player, so that's why it's locked down here. If you change that, then you can see, okay, we're in conflict. So let's go over to the water cooler, see why you put down red, and then if I decide to agree with you, now we populated that player again. You can put players to custom groups. Obviously, you're most likely going to be on an iPad, so it'll be similar to this, or on mobile. And if I come over here, I can, it's a little bit wider. You can also put this up side by side. So for example, if you have 2 teams that are scrimmaging and you want to record information on that, you'll be able to do so quickly and get them feedback. What's nice is if you come here to results, you can consolidate results across multiple tryouts into one view. You'll quickly be able to audit what coach said what when. If you want to filter by any of that information, such as some of the custom metrics that you put in, audit the notes, you'll have that ability. If you want to download this to a CSV, or maybe you want to message the players, inviting them to their placement on the team, you have that control as well. If you have a coach that's a little more old school, maybe they want to just do pen and paper, that's totally fine. They can come over here and print it out. That way everyone's using the same metrics, so kind of like a little Scantron. They can pencil this in, and then we can get those added as well. Real quick, it's very easy to add in players. So if I come over here, there's a lot of kind of metrics that you can put in there, as you see down here. The easiest thing to do is just kind of get the example template if you're not using an integration, and you can just either paste in the data here or just browse to it, and it's very seamless as far as uploading the information. You'll be able to preview the data, so obviously if it says first name here instead of player email, but you see a list of emails, you can toggle and change that. So you'll just go to the right, just make sure everything looks good, come down, preview that. If the player already exists, you'll be able to see that, and then you'll be able to add that information. So you can load up obviously as many players as you wish. The other thing I would note real quick, if you have players that are walking up, you can go ahead and assign a jersey number very quickly, take a picture of them so you have that information. And then if you come down as well, you can add walk-up players. You may not want to have them fill out all the information, just put the first name, last name. You could also put a placeholder for the email and get all that added later. And obviously here you can notify your coaches. If you want to do a blind tryout, you can hide that information. You also have the ability to actually hide your director evaluation from your coaches. So in a way you can evaluate how good of evaluators the other coaches on your staff are. So again, it's unlimited to use this for all age, so you can load up as many evaluations as you want. Obviously have different metrics as well as coach groups for each evaluations, and just continue to customize that. Again, that's included for all ages, so even though you may only be adding your high school teams, like your 15, 16, 17 teams on the platform, you can use the evaluations tool for your middle as well as youth teams. And then, as I mentioned at the outset, it is free to research schools, so players can go through here. So we also have clubs that are not only consolidating multiple platforms, but they're also realizing that maybe some of those younger kids that don't necessarily need to be emailing coaches yet can still join the webinar, come through here, filter by costs, etc. If they know a school that they like, they can come and peruse down that college profile and still benefit from the team webinars that we run about the club. So thanks for taking the time. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you, and best of luck. Stay safe.